Today's episode is brought to you by the book Everyone is a Sinner But Me, available now at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. Live from Volpis Studios, it's the MCS1 show featuring Caleb Heller, and now your host, MCS1.
Welcome everyone to an amazing edition of the MCS1 show. I'm MCS1, and once again I am joined with my dear compadre, Caleb Hennon.
Yep, always good to be here.
Always good to have you, Caleb. So today, we got a super special show today. Today is our Christmas special! Yay! And even better, our Christmas special is going to be about the war on Christmas! We're getting mixed reactions here.
Yeah, especially because the title is definitely a little bit deceiving.
Yeah, it's, as Caleb and I were talking about this before we even were recording, it's kind of like our war on Christmas.
Yeah, it's like our personal war against Christmas ridiculousness.
Yes, but we'll get into that as we go on. Give us a chance. It's going to be awesome. And so, let's talk about like the original meaning of the war on Christmas. So, war on Christmas. This is from the Urban Dictionary.
The Urban Dictionary, the ultimate source of knowledge, at least on this show.
And it says, and there's two definitions. I'm going to read both because they're both relatively short for the most part. Top definition, war on Christmas. A mimic media virus propagated by Fox News, the 24-hour infotainment network. A completely ridiculous red herring spawned in the winter of 2005. The war on Christmas refers to the alleged schemes of liberal secular Grinches to threaten the religious freedoms of Christians that horribly oppress minority, all 80% of them. Cited examples of this so-called oppression include opposition to display of distinctly religious nature erected on taxpayer-funded public spaces. Again, in my hometown, they have a nativity scene that they always put up in the park.
Okay.
I'm guessing this is it. I'm guessing this is it, and things like that.
Yeah.
And the politics of many businesses to wish their patrons happy holidays. This was somehow constructed by some disgruntled conservatives as an all-out declaration on the war on Christmas. Number 2, the war on Christmas also alludes to the title of an entire book by Fox anchorman John Gibson, an obvious marketing tie-in to the product they are constantly selling. Diverse hype. Not bad. Good scheme for him, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
Good scheme.
I guess we can't say he's dumb.
No. That's pretty good marketing. Evil, but good.
I'm not going to say that it's morally whatever.
Morally positive.
But
it's morally positive marketing.
But it's brilliant.
Brilliant.
You know, brilliant doesn't always have to mean... I mean, we're not in Britain. Brilliant doesn't mean good.
No. And in this case, definitely means evil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The ongoing struggle against insurgent elves.
Insurgent elves.
I like this. I wish our war
that.
on Christmas was a little bit more like this. Even though St. Nick allowed UN inspectors to visit his compound in the North Pole, where no WMDs were found, the Bush administration insisted on a preemptive strike on Santa's workshop. And then here's the definition of the war on Christmas being used. Target employee. Happy holidays. Disgruntled conservative. What did you say? Do I look like some kind of Jew? This is just another sick example of tree-hugging, Birkenstock-wearing, CNN-watching, Clinton-blowing, secular, humanist war on Christmas.
Oh, man. That guy sounds like he's super fun at parties.
Yeah! Fun at the office Christmas party.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
Sorry, the office holiday party.
The office holiday party?
Okay.
Where's Cheryl? I feel like cheating on my wife. I mean, that guy sounds like a terrible trucker just hanging out with lot lizards or something.
Yeah, my favorite thing about that whole thing is the outrage over happy holidays. Here's the funny thing about that. You know, the phrase happy holidays was actually conceived because it was basically a way to bridge the gap between Thanksgiving between Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it's happy holidays because from October on, it's just holiday after holiday.
And
after
plus,
holiday.
it's like for like think of this as marketing purposes. A happy holidays card, you can give that to anybody.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna like usually get upset. Oh, but I will. I mean, unless they're like crazy right wing or whatever.
Well, I mean, dude, you have to be super. Honestly, here's the funny part
super
about
angry like all the time.
Yeah, the funny part about it, and this is where it upsets me, is just because it's like, okay, well, saying Happy Holidays isn't saying no to Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just saying, hey, have a happy holiday. The other thing is that, like,
Heaven forbid you wish someone well.
yeah, I mean, how dare you? First of all.
How dare
First
you?
of all. And second of all, I mean, and the funny thing about it is that it really isn't the majority of people that celebrate Christmas that get upset about it. It really is just the crazy, super, uber, duper, like, I mean...
It's me!
Yeah, this trucker
Make America
guy,
great again!
This trucker guy who apparently also...
has throat cancer.
Yeah, has throat cancer. Like,
From smoking. I'll be damned if the government thinks they can take my cigarettes.
He also wants to find Charlene or Cheryl or whoever it was.
Cheryl!
Yeah.
Smokers' rights. It's one of those types of people.
But, oh man, just the worst people. He's probably a Nickelback fan too.
Whoa. It's Shane Barker.
Nickelback, if you are listening.
Nickelback, if you are listening, we will accept
donations.
sponsorship.
Now that Fidel's dead, we need to find someone new.
We do.
You were second on our list of most horrible people on the planet, so that we would be okay with endorsing. So
let's look at the second definition of the war on Christmas. A figment of the imagination of Fox News. Concocted solely for the purposes of stoking anger against secular progressives. According to Fox News last year, Christians won the war on Christmas. Now let's look at this, like the war on Christmas. You see like those hats, like Korean War survivor, Vietnam survivor, things like
else, yeah,
all that type of stuff. It's like a hat for like, I survived the war on Christmas.
I wonder if like civilians could buy those because they survived the ridiculous media frenzy for both of those.
Oh my gosh. And every year, like, it's always Fox News. And usually it's almost always Bill O'Reilly getting in on this.
Oh, dude, that guy.
It's like it's like on his calendar, like right after Thanksgiving, he just wakes up and while his family goes and shops for Black Friday, he just looks at his calendar and he's like, the war on Christmas has begun anew. Puts on his general's cap to fight against all those crazy liberals saying happy
war
holidays.
on Christmas.
Yeah. So this is like the mainstream war on Christmas. This is not really the stance that Caleb and I are taking.
Not even a little.
We're taking a completely different stance. Although the elves won.
That was genius.
I'm starting to move into that stance.
You know what? Honestly, I kind of want to adopt that as my life motto. I don't see a way around it, honestly.
The elves just like, oh man, so ridiculous. But no, Caleb and I are taking a completely different stance. We are taking the stance of the war on Christmas because Christmas is getting out of control.
Oh, totally.
And we're talking about every year, and this happens everywhere, and it's becoming ridiculous. November 1st, right after Halloween, everyone starts putting out their Christmas decorations. Gingerbread houses are constructed. And then the Kenny G Christmas album is played in white neighborhood homes all across America.
Over and over and over.
And over.
Ugh. I'm so tired of Kenny G.
Oh man, I love that. It's probably the best Christmas album ever.
I mean,
but you only bust it out once a year.
But here's my thing. I mean, that's once a year too much for me.
Next week, the war on the Kenny G Christmas album.
Kenny G, if you're listening, we are accepting.
Oh man. So, and this is the stance that we're taking. We're tired of this because I'm sick of the day after Halloween. It's like, oh man, I just got done trick or treating, egging and TPing someone's house.
Yeah, I'm still on a sugar high.
Yeah.
Got a stomachache from all the candy.
Oh man. And then everyone's walking around in Santa hats. Santa's at the mall. Yeah. Ugly sweaters. Ugh. Too soon. And then
too soon.
And then Thanksgiving just gets punted.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it. So I run a satire blog.
Right.
As a joke. This is happyvalleymonblog.com. And this is just something I do for fun, and I pretend to be this horrible Utah Valley soccer mom. And on there, what I did as a satire for my most recent blog post that I put was her daughter, named Hunter, by the way.
Ew.
And as much as I joke about this, I was telling someone about this blog, and they're like, oh, there's no way any of this type of stuff could be real, even though you're joking. Later that week, she met a grocery bagger named Hunter. And so it's like stranger than fiction type stuff.
That is too much.
Yeah, and so
I don't even like Hunter as a boy's name. As a name, that's a title.
As a name.
Hunter is a title.
Well, now it's a title for this girl in this imaginary mom blog.
I mean, there could be. What if her last name was Hunt, like Hunter Hunt?
Oh my gosh.
And then like she grew up to be a world famous hunter.
Oh man.
So then she was Hunter Hunt the Hunter.
What the? Maybe she'll hunt Helen Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, if she did, she'd be doing all of us a service.
Oh gosh. Moving on. So her daughter asked, "Mommy, why are we celebrating Christmas without the presents when Thanksgiving comes around?"
Oh man.
And you know, this is a joke. And so what I had her say was, Thanksgiving is basically was created as Christmas for poor people who couldn't afford presents.
Christmas for poor people,
which is so terrible. But honestly, like as much as it's a satire and it's not real, it's something I made up. This is the impression that I'm getting from people, and it's just getting so out of control with the Christmas lights going out so early, and all of this type of stuff. And the argument I'm constantly hearing is, well, you know, it's warmer in October, so I'm going to go out and put up my lights because in about 3 weeks, it's going to be super cold and snowy, and I don't want to put up my lights in that weather. And that's a terrible argument.
Well, number one, it's a terrible argument because it's like, well, you can. I mean,
it just sounds like they're kind of lazy.
Well, I mean, there's that aspect, but it's also like, I mean,
we'll want to go out in the cold.
Even if you put them up, it's like, well, just don't turn them on then. Just why do you
save some electricity?
Why are you turning them on?
Yeah,
like you don't need them on. Thanksgiving hasn't even happened yet.
Oh boy.
Man, we need to make Thanksgiving great again.
Make Thanksgiving great again.
Or at least relevant. Free.
And the other side of that argument is, you know, with global warming and all of its wonderful aspects, I mean, it was warm around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was fine.
And then in December, around early December, late November,
right.
It snowed.
Yeah, there was a big snowstorm. I think when you were still out in Iowa. Over
the Thanksgiving break ish.
Yeah, it was the Monday after Thanksgiving. It was like I don't want to say a blizzard, but like the Utah equivalent to a blizzard.
and that's when the snow came, but that was like after Thanksgiving though.
Well, that's like, what is that, 3 days after Thanksgiving? That's plenty of time to put your lights up.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can put these up on Black Friday while you're going and just
well. You know what? Honestly, it's a good excuse to send your wife out Black Friday shopping while you get to stay home and put up the lights.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just like, oh, honey, I'd love to go with you and deal with all of these shitty people, but
I'd love to pick a fight at the local Walmart to get that Xbox, but I got to put up the lights and hang out with Cheryl from the office.
I was just like, okay, honey, tell Cheryl I said hi.
Yeah, I mean, perfect excuse. And that's another thing. The Black Friday sales are creeping up earlier
they're starting
too.
On Thanksgiving now, dude.
Oh man, I got a good one too.
Okay, so I got a notification, a push notification on my phone from Groupon on the Monday before Thanksgiving saying Black Friday deals starting today, and I was like, it's Monday. I mean, most people at least wait till Thursday night.
I'm not gonna lie, at my marketing firm that I work at,
sure,
we sell some stuff, and out of pure convenience, I ran Black Friday sales until Cyber Monday.
Sure.
Like, it was just a code you could use,
yeah, why not?
or whatever. Just because I was gonna be on vacation and I didn't want to have to deal with anything. But even then, I've even got into perpetuating this Black Friday creeping up early, and the title of the email was "Black Friday comes early this year."
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, I was like, okay, guys. I mean, it's whatever. You run your business. You do whatever you want. I don't care. But at the same time,
Get out of control.
Could you take it down a couple notches?
Yeah. Oh, another thing. So with all the Black Friday sales coming, you know what I really noticed?
What's that?
Cyber Monday
Mm-hmm.
sales were just obviously on Cyber Monday, but the majority of sales I saw on Cyber Monday, way better deals than Black Friday.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to Cyber Monday deals a lot more than I am for Black Friday, because at Black Friday it's just like
It's chaos.
It's chaos, and the only reason you should be going to Black Friday is to go to Walmart to pick fights.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason.
Funny thing. So my wife and I, on Black Friday or whatever, we actually ended up going to Walmart
To pick fights.
No. We went later in the day. And I mean, I'm talking like after 6 o'clock on Black Friday, like 6 in the evening.
So like after all the blood's cleaned up.
So we went in, dude. We still got literally everything we wanted to get. So there's no point in going at the doorbusters because
it's the experience of starting a fight.
I mean, I guess, but then there's all these people with these like. I mean, they're buying $300 tents to save $100 on a PlayStation. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It is rather ridiculous.
Also, why are you camping in November? That's freezing.
Oh man. So here, speaking of camping in November, and this is what I was going to mention earlier. About 2 years ago, I saw someone camping out the week of Thanksgiving, like starting on a Monday at Best Buy for the deal.
What would you even be doing the whole time?
I thought it was Occupy and they were making a comeback.
Yeah.
But it was like
Occupy.
and it wasn't upon closer inspection. And so I went and I checked the Best Buy Black Friday deals, and they weren't even that great. I mean, think about it. You are missing so much work
and life
to get these deals. Is the opportunity cost really worth it?
Not only that, but I mean, if you're starting there on Monday, you could start on Wednesday and still be first in line.
Yeah, and the guy could have, and I think he
Hopefully he learned his lesson.
I don't think he did. Well, I think he did actually, because I didn't see him the following year.
Fair enough.
Maybe he found another spot to camp.
Or maybe he got everything he wanted the year before.
Yeah, could be. He's stocked up for the next several years. Yeah. And this is the thing. Black Friday is obviously something connected to Christmas. You're supposed to get all your Christmas shopping done a month in advance. And let's be real, who really does that these days?
I mean, other than old people.
Yeah. Oh, not even most old people. My dad, we go shopping on Christmas Eve most of the time. We've done it several years in a row.
Awesome.
I kind of.
I mean, just the idea of doing that is awesome.
Well, yeah, it is, but he's also hitting up not just regular stores, but like pawn shops and the most random other places.
That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy because we're like, oh great, it's Perry's Pawn Shop deals for Christmas.
Getting a used everything.
But I mean, the cool thing about pawn shops is they sell really cool movies for cheap.
Oh, totally.
And so that's like what he does. He'll stock up on movies.
Yeah, definitely.
And stuff like that, mostly for himself.
Well, I mean, Christmas is more about ourselves than anyone else these days.
Yeah, so, sorry, Jesus.
You know that whole idea of it's better to give than receive? Put that in your back pocket and sit on it, because it's never going to happen again.
Oh.
Thanks, Christmas.
So yeah, Black Friday connected to Christmas, and Christmas creeping up earlier.
Yeah, every year it gets earlier.
And it's getting ridiculously out of hand.
Dude, I saw a Christmas ad in October before Halloween this year.
Man, and like, here's the other thing. None of the other holidays are really having this.
No. There's no Independence Day in January.
Oh no,
There's no Valentine's in September.
No.
There's no Patriots Day in June. No, none of that's happening.
No.
They're all staying. They're staying within their normal parameters.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It's kind of sad. But the thing is, in a few years, we've always like heard to say Christmas in July. That's probably going to be a thing soon, because Christmas keeps creeping up earlier.
Yeah, or I guess they could just make it a semi-annual thing and just put it June 25th is Christmas too.
Oh man, it just gets worse and worse as we talk about this.
Oh man.
But the thing that really upsets me about the whole out of all of this is people are like, well, I just like the feeling of Christmas and stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna go Scrooge on this. You know what? Bah humbug. I love the feeling of Christmas too. I have a Santa hat. I don't start wearing it until Black Friday though.
At the earliest.
At the earliest.
Yeah.
And what it really is here is basically a nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think nostalgia is absolute bullcrap. I think nostalgia really does ruin people's lives because of the false expectations, fake feelings, and things like that. So I'm going to go bah humbug on this and say your nostalgia is crap, and this why not Christmas, like, all year round is what the goal, the end game is.
Yeah, it really
Or
is,
just 2
man.
months of Christmas is just ridiculous.
Well, and I get that Christmas is a big part of whatever, of everyday life, I guess. And Christmas is like the biggest holiday of the year or whatever else.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, people. Oh, okay. Real quick, though. Back to the original War on Christmas.
Oh, boy.
So, you
With
know
the
how,
elves?
Yes. But you know how all these people are like, oh, we can't, don't say Xmas. It's not Merry Xmas and all that stuff. You know how they always say that?
Yeah.
And they're always saying like, oh, well, they're taking the Christ out of Christmas. Yeah, that's not what's going on at all. The X is a representation from Greek. And the X in Greek literally means Christ.
Oh.
So when they say Merry Xmas, it is Merry Christmas. They're just adopting the Greek roots, which is also where Christmas comes from. It is a Greek word. So,
Ooh.
when you...
The more you know, people.
Well, it's just when you put out Merry Xmas, we're not saying, oh, this is no longer about Jesus. No, all it is just, it's an easier, shorter way to say Merry Christmas.
So
that's all it is.
Up to your little war on Christmas and that little thought there.
Yeah.
I follow this Facebook page called Shares from Your Aunt. And it's the best news according to your aunt in Council Bluffs, Iowa. And it's a trolling Facebook page. And she'll put up all these fake memes and things like that and all this stuff. And one is like a picture of a Christmas tree and like all this stuff. And on it says, I'm not afraid to say Merry Christmas to a Jew. And it's basically, that's kind of what, like, this taking Christ out of Christmas and all this type of stuff. It reminds me of...
to say Merry Christmas to a Jew.
It reminds me of that attitude. Great, it's a satire, and it's trolling, and it's hilarious.
But it's funny.
But that's what it is.
Oh, man, that's good. That is good. I like that. I'm going to use that. But no, I mean, and on the other side of it, I guess, like, to me personally, I mean, first of all, I've mistakenly said Merry Christmas to people, that are Jews or that are...
Were you afraid to?
No, well, I mean, first of all, I didn't know, so obviously I wasn't afraid. It was a lack of fear because of ignorance. But...
I represent that remark.
Very, very rarely have I ever seen anyone get upset when I say Merry Christmas. Usually, and this is what happened in this case, it was just this kid I knew in college, and I just said, I was like, oh, hey, man, now that finals are over, I'll see you next year, Merry Christmas. And he's like, oh, Happy Hanukkah. And I was like, oh, and it was like, but that's the thing, though, is that...
That's what he celebrates.
Yeah, and it was like...
Happy Hanukkah.
It was like, cool. But see, to me, in the way that I took it, I was like, oh, that's just, he's including me in his culture.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's how he saw me saying Merry Christmas to him, It's not deemed to be, it's not meant to be offensive, though it is at times deemed to be offensive, which is just silly.
Yeah.
I mean, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever, man.
And I'd like to be included in, like, those other holidays and stuff like that.
Sure.
Cool. It's something to do. Why are you getting upset about it?
Exactly. I mean, and to be perfectly frank, man, there was a guy that I knew growing up who was not Jewish at all, but he celebrated Hanukkah because he liked the cultural aspect of it.
Yeah.
And so he would go through he would light the menorah, he would do the 12 days and all this other, not 12 days, 12 days of Christmas, I just got that mixed up in my head. But he would do the 8 days of Hanukkah and the lights.
It's actually like the 42 days of Christmas now because of...
at this point, it's so overblown.
365 days of Christmas.
Dude, currently it's the 55 friggin' days of Christmas. It's all of November and then December up to the 25th. And then Christmas music doesn't stop until like January 18th.
Yeah, and the tree isn't taken down until probably February.
I mean, that's...
And most of the time, all these lazy people are talking like, oh, it's too cold to put up the lights. Let's be real. With most of these people, their lights are up all year round.
Yeah, they just don't turn them on until until like Thanksgiving time or whatever. But,
lazy.
But yeah, no, it's just silly. I mean, all of these people pulling up all of this, fake war on Christmas or on the opposite side.
I think we're the only ones really waging a war on Christmas, and we're not even doing it very effectively.
Nah, I mean, we're not marketing it very well, but...
No, we are not.
But I don't know, man. I mean, and I love Christmas. Christmas is great more than anything else because I get time off from work.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I'm all for that. But no, I mean, I've never really fully experienced a war on Christmas. I've never experienced a war on Hanukkah. I've never experienced a war on anything of this.
Well, you're a survivor
of
those.
This nation, but I will wear my survivor pin and my survivor hat for the rest of my life because I survived it.
I think the war on Christmas survivor hat is a Santa hat.
Dude, it's well, yeah, probably. But I don't know, and my favorite thing about it too is like all these butthurt Christians about this stuff. It's just like, you guys do know that we're celebrating winter solstice and Saturnalia, right? So not even celebrating Christmas, guys. Calm down.
Yeah.
It's not even a holiday for you.
So
shut it.
There's always something for people to get outraged about.
And that's never going to stop. But I'm outraged at their outrage.
Yeah, we're going to fight back. All right, anyway, that's our show today, concluding our war on Christmas.
Yes.
I just want to thank Caleb for coming on. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Dan Cheryl, peace.
Thank you for listening to the MCS1 Show. For bi-weekly episodes on society, counterculture, and pretty much everything but politics and sports, subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, or SoundCloud. For regular updates, head to the MCS1Show.com or search the MCS1 Show on any social media platform.